Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel Top Coin, where we turn pocket change into treasure. You might want to check your coin jar, your old piggy bank, or even that forgotten drawer, because today we're diving deep into a coin that could literally change your life. It's none other than the 1984 United States 1-cent coin, the humble penny that might just be worth a small fortune. That's right, a coin that most people wouldn't think twice about could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars, depending on a few crucial details. So grab a seat, make sure you hit that like button, and let's take a journey through time, history, and hidden riches as we uncover the true value of the 1984 penny. Let's rewind the clock to the year 1984. Ronald Reagan was in the White House, Ghostbusters was breaking box office records, and Prince was ruling the charts. But while all that was going on, something interesting was happening at the United States Mint. In that year, the mint struck millions, yes, millions, of Lincoln cents. These coins featured the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or front side, a design first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of his birth. The reverse, as collectors will know, still bore the image of the Lincoln Memorial, a design created by Frank Gasparro that had been in use since 1959. But not all pennies are created equal. And that's where it gets exciting. Here's a little-known fact. In 1982, just 2 years before this coin was struck, the US Mint made a major change to the composition of the penny. Prior to 1982, pennies were made of 95% copper. But as the price of copper surged, it became too expensive for the government to keep minting coins at a loss. So they switched. Starting in the middle of 1982, the mint began making pennies out of zinc with a thin copper plating. That means a 1984 penny is actually made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, and that change would lead to some interesting consequences, especially for error coins. Now let's talk about what really gets collectors excited: mint errors. And folks, the 1984 penny is famous for one of the most popular and valuable error coins in US numismatics, the 1984 double die obverse. If you've never heard of it, buckle up. This error was caused during the die-making process when the coin's design was impressed onto the die more than once, but slightly misaligned. This results in a stunning visual effect where parts of the coin appear to have a shadow or doubling effect. The most notable area of doubling on this 1984 penny is on Abraham Lincoln's ear. Collectors refer to it as the doubled ear penny, and if you have one, you could be holding on to a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the condition. These coins have sold for around $150 to $300 in circulated condition, over $1,000 in mint state grades like MS65 or higher, and some rare examples, especially those graded MS67 with full red color, have reached up to $3,000 or more at auction. That's right, a single penny, worth a penny in everyday life, could actually be worth $3,000. So how can you tell if your 1984 penny is a valuable double die? Here's what to look for. Carefully examine Lincoln's ear. The doubling is most noticeable here. Look for a clear second earlobe just behind the first. Also inspect the chin, nose, and throat areas. Some coins show minor doubling there too. Use a 10x magnifying glass or coin loop for best results. Condition is everything. A penny with sharp details, no scratches, and bright red color is worth more than one that's been in circulation for decades. If you think you've got one, consider having it graded by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. While the doubled ear is the crown jewel, other versions of the 1984 penny can still hold value. Some collectors look for off-center strikes, clip planches, die cracks, or cuts, bubbles or blisters under the copper layer due to the zinc core reacting. Even regular 1984 pennies in mint state condition, that's uncirculated and with a full red luster, can fetch $5 to $15 or more depending on the grade. And then there's the proof version. The 1984 penny was struck as part of the proof set at the San Francisco Mint. These coins have a mirror-like finish and are made with extra care. A pristine proof penny from 1984, especially one graded PR69 or PR70, can sell for $10 to $50 or more, depending on demand and color. So, is it worth collecting or investing in 1984 pennies? Absolutely. Numismatic interest in error coins, especially those from the 1980s, has grown steadily. The internet, YouTube, and coin communities have brought more attention to these hidden gems, and prices for high-grade examples are rising. On sites like eBay, 1984 double die cents routinely sell for $250 to $1,000 depending on condition. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions have sold MS-67 red examples for over $2,500. Even if you don't strike gold, a sharp eye and a few minutes looking through your change could land you a $10, $50, or even $100 coin. The 1984 penny is more than just a coin. It's a story of history, economics, and hidden value. It's a reminder that treasure isn't always buried. Sometimes, it's jingling in your pocket or sitting forgotten in an old jar. The next time you see a penny, don't just pass it by. Take a second look. Check the date. Look for that doubled ear. Because you never know, you might be holding a little piece of numismatic gold. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of the 1984 penny, smash that like button and subscribe for more videos like this. Drop a comment below if you found any rare coins, or if you're going to check your own collection after this video. Thanks for watching, and remember, every coin has a story, and every story could be worth a fortune. Stay curious, stay lucky, and I'll see you in the next one. Today's episode is going to blow your mind because we are diving deep into the mysterious world of the 1985 United States 1-cent coin. That's right, the humble penny you might have sitting in your jar, under your couch, or forgotten in an old wallet could be worth a whole lot more than you ever imagined. So, sit back, grab your favorite drink, and let's find out why the 1985 penny is making waves in the coin collecting world. Let's rewind the clock. The year is 1985. Ronald Reagan is president, the Cold War is still on, and America is booming with culture and change. Somewhere in that busy year, millions upon millions of 1-cent coins rolled off the presses of the United States Mint. At first glance, they seemed just like every other penny, small, coppery, and often overlooked. But here's the twist: not all 1985 pennies were created equal. The 1985 1-cent coin is part of the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which was produced from 1959 to 2008. These coins feature the familiar bust of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or front side, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that has been in use since 1909. On the reverse of the coin, we see the Lincoln Memorial, a design by Frank Gasparo. If you look closely, you can even spot a tiny image of the statue of Lincoln sitting between the columns of the memorial. That's right, a sculpture within a sculpture, printed onto a penny. And now here's where things get interesting. Although hundreds of millions of these pennies were struck in 1985, there were some variations, mint errors, and specific mint marks that make certain coins from that year incredibly valuable today. Now let's talk about value. Because I know what you're thinking, it's just a penny. How much could it really be worth? The truth is, while the average 1985 penny might only be worth face value, some rare versions have been auctioned for hundreds, even thousands of dollars. And here's why: there are two main types of 1985 pennies based on where they were minted. A 1985 no mint mark, which was struck in Philadelphia. 1985 D, which was struck in Denver. There was number 1985 penny made at the San Francisco Mint for circulation, but proof versions with the S mint mark were made for collectors. Now, here's where coin collectors start to get really excited: the errors and rare varieties. Some 1985 pennies were struck off-center. Others have doubling errors, where the letters and numbers appear to have shadows or are slightly duplicated. There are even coins that show die cracks, where the metal leaked into cracks in the die, creating raised lines on the coin. But the real jackpot: the 1985 double die obverse. This variation, where the date and the letters "In Liberty, Forth in God We Trust" are noticeably doubled, can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the condition. These coins are rare, but they are out there, and collectors are always on the hunt. So, what should you look for? Pull out your magnifying glass. Check for doubling in the lettering. Examine the edges. Look at the coin under good light. Even small differences could mean big money. And if you find something interesting, have it graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Now let's talk about the material. Starting in 1982, the US Mint transitioned from using mostly copper to copper-plated zinc in pennies. That means your 1985 penny is likely made of 97.5% zinc and just 2.5% copper. But here's the kicker: if you happen to find a 1985 penny that weighs more than 3.11 grams, it might be a rare leftover copper planchette from the early 80s. That could make it incredibly rare and desirable to collectors. As of today, here's how much 1985 pennies can be worth on the collector's market. A standard circulated 1985 penny. It's worth 1 cent, maybe a few more if in very nice condition. An uncirculated, mint state 1985 penny can sell for between $1 and $15, depending on the grade. A high-grade MS-67 or better 1985 penny can be worth $100 to $500 or more, especially if certified by PCGS or NGC. A rare 1985 double die can sell for hundreds or even thousands at auction. An error penny, like an off-center strike, clip planchette, or broad strike, can be worth anywhere from $25 to over $1,000 depending on how dramatic the error is. Here's the bottom line. The 1985 1-cent coin is more than just spare change. It's a piece of American history. And if you know what to look for, that penny in your pocket could be worth far more than just 1 cent. So next time you get change at the store or go through that old jar of coins, don't overlook the pennies. Take a closer look. Because the next treasure might be hiding in plain sight. Coin collecting is more than a hobby. It's a hunt. It's history in your hands. And sometimes, it's the thrill of finding something rare, something valuable, something extraordinary in the most ordinary of places. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned numismatist, the 1985 penny deserves your attention. So keep searching, keep learning, and who knows, your next big find could be just a penny away. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for more rare coin discoveries, and hit the bell so you never miss a treasure hunt. And hey, drop a comment below. Do you have a 1985 penny in your collection? Have you found any rare coins in your change? Let's chat in the comments. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy hunting. If you've ever picked up a humble penny and wondered if it might be worth more than just 1 cent, then you're in for an exciting journey today. We're about to dive deep into the fascinating world of the 1999 United States 1-cent coin, commonly known as the Lincoln penny. You may be holding onto a coin that's hiding a secret, one that could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. That little brown coin you might have stepped over on the sidewalk. It might just be a sleeper treasure. So stick with us, because we're going to explore the history, design, minting secrets, rare varieties, collector demand, and the current market value of this seemingly ordinary yet potentially very valuable coin. Let's start at the beginning. The Lincoln penny has been a part of American history since 1909. That's over a century of production. It was the first U.S. coin to feature the image of a real person. In this case, Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, celebrated for his leadership during the Civil War and his role in ending slavery. Fast forward to 1999, and we are looking at a time just before the turn of the millennium. The world was changing fast, and yet, the U.S. Mint continued producing billions of pennies. But not all 1999 pennies are created equal, and that's where the real story begins. The obverse, or front, of the coin shows a right-facing portrait of President Lincoln, sculpted by Victor David Brenner, a design that has stood the test of time. Above Lincoln's head, you'll find the motto "In God We Trust," and to the left, the word "Liberty." The date 1999 appears on the right side, with a small mint mark underneath, indicating where the coin was minted. The reverse of the 1999 penny features the Lincoln Memorial, a design that had been in use since 1959. This image was created by Frank Gasparo, and if you look closely, you can even see a tiny statue of Lincoln seated inside the memorial, a beautiful little detail that often goes unnoticed. In 1999, the United States Mint produced these pennies in 3 main facilities: Philadelphia, with no mint mark; Denver, with a D; the mint mark; San Francisco, where proof coins were struck for collectors, marked with an S. Now here's where it gets interesting. The Philadelphia and Denver mints made billions of these coins for circulation. But the San Francisco Mint produced a much smaller number of proof coins, highly polished and struck multiple times for detail. These proof coins are only found in special collector sets and can command higher prices depending on condition. Let's break it down. Philadelphia Mint, over 5.2 billion coins; Denver Mint, over 6.3 billion coins; San Francisco proof coins, around 3 million coins. That's a lot of pennies. But only a few are worth more than face value. So what makes one special? This is where collectors start paying serious attention. Some 1999 pennies have errors or variations that make them rare and highly sought after. Let's look at some of the most valuable varieties. Wide AM reverse variety in 1999. Most Lincoln Memorial pennies have the letters A and M in America very close together, nearly touching. But a rare mistake caused a few coins to have the wide AM design, where those letters are spaced farther apart. This was actually the design intended for proof coins, but a few made it into regular circulation. These are extremely rare and can sell for $250 to over $1,000 depending on condition. Double die obverse. Some 1999 pennies show signs of doubling, especially in the date, the word liberty, or in God we trust. These are known as double die errors, and collectors love them. While no massive double die has been officially catalogued for 1999, minor doubling still brings a premium. These can fetch anywhere from $20 to several $100s based on clarity and grade. Off-center strikes. When a penny is not struck correctly, and the design appears shifted to one side, it's called an off-center strike. Depending on how dramatic the error is, prices can range from $10 to over $300. Clip planches. A small portion of the coin is missing due to a minting error. These are less common and add value due to uniqueness. So how can you tell if your 1999 penny is worth money? Here are a few tips. Check the back of the coin. Look closely at the word America. Is there space between the A and M? That might be your wide AM variety. Use a magnifying glass or coin loop. Some details are very subtle. Check for signs of doubling in the letters or date. Weigh the coin. A genuine copper penny weighs 3.11 grams, but 1999 pennies are made of zinc with a copper coating, and they should weigh 2.5 grams. A copper version in 1999 would be a huge error. Consider getting your coin graded by a professional like PCGS or NGC. High-grade coins sell for a premium. Let's talk money. As of today, most 1999 pennies you find in your change are only worth face value. But let's break it down further. Regular 1999 penny in circulated condition, 1 cent uncirculated condition, MS60, MS65 between 10 cents and $1.50. Wide AM variety in MS65 plus condition, $300 to $1,000 plus. Proof coin from San Francisco in PR69 or PR70, $5 to $50. Depending on grade. Double die or error coins, $20 to several $100s. Coin auctions and marketplaces like eBay, heritage auctions, and great collections have seen high-grade or rare 1999 pennies sell for hundreds of dollars, even crossing the $1,000 mark. When the coin has a rare variety and high grade, the 1999 penny marks the end of an era before the major design changes of the 2000s. It's part of the last full decade of the Lincoln Memorial reverse, and the presence of rare wide AM varieties adds excitement for collectors. It's a perfect blend of modern affordability and hidden rarity. Even if you're new to collecting, the 1999 penny is an excellent coin to start with. It teaches you how to spot varieties, understand minting errors, and appreciate the artistry and history behind American currency. So there you have it. That 1999 penny rattling around in your drawer or resting at the bottom of your piggy bank might just be a hidden treasure. Take a closer look. Use a magnifying glass. Pay attention to those small details. Because in the world of coins, even a single cent can turn into a $100 bill. And remember, coin collecting isn't just about profit, it's about passion, history, and the thrill of discovery. Every coin tells a story, and who knows? The next valuable penny might be sitting right in your pocket. If you found this video helpful, fascinating, or surprising, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell so you never miss a story from the world of coins. Drop a comment if you've ever found a rare penny or have questions about coin values. We love hearing from you. Until next time, keep checking your change and stay curious. This is Top Coin, signing off with another look at the treasure hidden in plain sight. Today's video is going to blow your mind because we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 2000 United States 1-cent coin, better known to most as the humble Lincoln penny. But don't be fooled by its small size or familiar face. This coin may just be sitting unnoticed in your change jar, but it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard that right, a 1-cent coin that could be worth a fortune. Stick around as we uncover its history, its hidden secrets, and the exact versions of this coin that collectors are desperately searching for right now. Let's start with a little background. The Lincoln cent has been a part of American coinage for over a century, first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin featured the profile of Lincoln on the obverse, or front, and a pair of wheat ears on the reverse, which was later changed to the Lincoln Memorial in 1959. Fast forward to the year 2000, and we're still using the Lincoln design, but this version is part of the Memorial Reverse series, which ran from 1959 until 2008. The 2000 penny might seem like just another ordinary coin. Billions were minted. But here's the twist, not all 2000 pennies are the same. Some have unique errors, special minting varieties, and rare production quirks that have made them incredibly valuable in today's collector market. The US Mint produced an enormous number of 2000 pennies. Over 14 billion coins were struck between the Philadelphia and Denver mints. The Philadelphia mint coins have no mint mark, while the Denver mint coins carry the familiar D mint mark. Most of these pennies were made for everyday circulation. But it's in the details, the microscopic differences, the misstrikes, and the minting errors, that true value lies. Now, let's get to the good stuff, the variants and errors that turn this humble copper-plated zinc coin into a hidden treasure. Number 1, the wide AM reverse. One of the most famous and valuable versions of the 2000 penny is the wide AM variety. Normally, the letters A and M in America on the back of the coin are very close together. But in a small number of 2000 pennies minted in Philadelphia, there's a noticeable gap between the A and M. This design was originally meant only for proof coins but somehow ended up on circulation strikes. These 2000 wide AM pennies can sell for $250 to $600 or more, depending on condition. So how can you tell if you've got one? Flip your penny over and take a close look at the word America. If the A and M are clearly apart, not touching or nearly touching, you might be looking at a wide AM. Use a magnifying glass or loupe for better inspection. And number 2, double die errors. Another valuable variety is the double die obverse, which happens when the coin is struck twice by misaligned dies, causing doubling on the text or the portrait. On some 2000 pennies, you can spot doubling on Liberty, In God We Trust, and even on Lincoln's face. These errors can fetch upwards of $100 to several $100s, especially in uncirculated grades. And number 3, off-center strikes and clipped planches. Off-center strike errors and clipped planches are always popular with collectors. If your 2000 penny looks lopsided or has a chunk missing from the edge, it could be a minting error. Off-center strikes can bring in $50 to $200, depending on how dramatic the error is and how much of the design remains visible. A value isn't just about rarity, condition is key. Coin collectors use a grading scale from poor, P1, all the way to mint state, MS70. The higher the grade, the more your coin is worth. An uncirculated 2000 wide AM penny in MS65 or above could easily bring in several $100s at auction or through private sales. So how do you check your coin's condition? Look at the details: sharp lettering, clear edges, no major scratches or discoloration, and full luster. Coins that have never been in circulation are always the most desirable. Now let's talk about the current market. As of now, a 2000 wide AM penny in uncirculated condition is selling on auction sites and numismatic platforms for anywhere from $250 to $1,000, depending on grade. Even well-circulated examples can sell for $50 to $100, which is pretty incredible for a 1-cent coin. Rare double die varieties are also doing well in the market, with certified examples reaching hundreds of dollars. Error coins like off-center strikes, die cracks, and clipped planches continue to be in high demand, with collectors willing to pay a premium. Prices can fluctuate, and coin demand can rise sharply with increased exposure. So if you find a valuable variety, you might want to consider getting it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC to get the most accurate valuation and boost its market appeal. You might be wondering, could I really find one of these coins in my pocket right now? The answer is yes. Many valuable coins are still in circulation or tucked away in old coin jars, piggy banks, or forgotten drawers. Always check the reverse design, especially for the wide amani doubling or unusual text striking errors or misalignments. The condition, the shinier and cleaner, the better. So, the next time you're handed a penny, don't just toss it aside. It could be your ticket to a small fortune. The 2000 Lincoln cent might seem common, but with the right variety, error, or condition, it could be one of the most valuable coins in your collection. If you learned something new today or want to see more videos like this, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a treasure hunting tip. Leave a comment down below if you've ever found a rare 2000 penny or if you're going to start checking your change right now. Hey there, treasure hunters and coin collectors. Have you ever glanced at a simple penny and wondered if it might actually be worth a whole lot more than just 1 cent? Well, you better check your change jars, coin rolls, and piggy banks, because today we're diving deep into the story of a small copper coin that could be hiding a big secret, the 2007 United States 1-cent coin, and some of these coins might be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today. Yes, you heard that right. A 2007 penny, a coin we pass over, drop in parking lots, or forget in our car cup holders, could potentially be a mini fortune in disguise. But what makes this particular penny so special? Why are collectors going crazy over it? And what are the key features and errors that make certain 2007 1-cent coins so valuable? Stick with me because we're going on a journey through history, minting, market values, and everything you need to know about this humble coin that could make you a lot of money. Let's begin by rolling back the clock. The Lincoln 1-cent coin has been in circulation since 1909, introduced to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, a move that was considered bold at the time. For nearly a century, Lincoln's face has graced the obverse side of the coin, making it one of the most recognizable pieces of American currency. And the reverse? Until 2008, it showed the Lincoln Memorial, that iconic neoclassical monument in Washington, D.C. This design was introduced in 1959 and lasted until the bicentennial redesign in 2009. Now, zooming into 2007, we find ourselves in the final stretch of the Lincoln Memorial design era. At first glance, the 2007 penny looks just like any other, same profile of Lincoln, same memorial on the back. But as we'll see, there's more to this little coin than meets the eye. Here's where it gets technical, but in a good way. The 2007 1-cent coin is composed primarily of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. That's because in 1982, the US Mint switched from mostly copper pennies to zinc with copper coating due to rising metal prices. So although it may shine like pure copper, it's really zinc inside. The obverse shows Abraham Lincoln, with the word Liberty on the left and the year 2007 on the right, along with the mint mark, either D for Denver or P for Philadelphia. The reverse side features the Lincoln Memorial, along with the 1 cent, United States of America, and the famous motto, E pluribus unum. But here's the twist, not all 2007 pennies were created equal. This is the part every collector gets excited about, the errors and rare varieties. While most 2007 pennies are worth just 1 cent, a few error coins have surfaced that make collectors' hearts race. Let's look at some of the most valuable and sought-after 2007 penny errors. 1. Double die obverse, DDO. This is one of the most popular and valuable errors. A doubling of the date or the word Liberty can be visible under magnification. Depending on the severity and clarity of the doubling, these can sell from $50 to several $100s. 2. Off-center strikes. Coins that are not properly aligned during minting can have the design appear off-center. If the date is still visible and the off-center is dramatic, values can reach $100 to $250 or more. 3. BIE error. This refers to a small die break between the letters B and E in Liberty, creating what looks like an extra letter, I. While more common than other errors, collectors love these and will pay $5 to $25, depending on condition. 4. Cut errors. When a piece of the die breaks off, it can cause a raised, blob-like feature on the coin. These are known as cuts and can fetch $30 to $200, depending on location and size. 5. Clip planchette. When a portion of the coin is missing due to an error in the blanking process, you get what's called a clipped planchette. These odd-looking coins are valuable to collectors and can bring in $20 to $150 or more. Now, let's talk mints. The Philadelphia and Denver mints produced billions of these coins in 2007. Philadelphia, no mint mark over 3.7 billion pennies minted. At Denver, D mint mark over 3.3 billion pennies minted. So yes, the coin is not rare in general circulation. but specific error coins and those in mint condition or higher grades, especially uncirculated or graded MS67 Plus by third-party grading services like PCGS or NGC, can be worth a lot. Let's talk money. What are 2007 pennies actually selling for today in the collector's market? As of now, a regular 2007 penny in circulated condition is worth exactly 1 cent. No surprise there. But for coins in uncirculated condition or with special errors, values can jump significantly. A 2007 D penny graded MS67 red by PCGS recently sold for over $250. A 2007 P with a double die error can go for $100 to $300 depending on condition. A dramatic off-center strike has sold for over $400 at auction. A perfect proof 2007 res penny from special collector sets can fetch $10 to $50, depending on grade. So while most pennies are still just pennies, the right combination of condition, error, and rarity can make your 2007 penny extremely valuable. And now you're probably wondering, how can you find one of these rare coins? Well, start by checking your change, going through coin rolls, and looking carefully at coin jars that haven't been touched in years. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to examine the details, especially around the date, lettering, and rim. You'd be amazed how many people pass over valuable errors just because they never looked closely. And if you think you've found something special, consider sending it to a professional grading service for authentication. A coin graded and encapsulated by a service like PCGS or NGC will almost always sell for more and be protected for the long term. So there you have it, the incredible story of the 2007 United States 1 cent coin. A coin so small, yet packed with historical significance, minting surprises, and hidden value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, this is one coin worth keeping your eyes on. Who knows? That penny in your pocket might just be worth a whole lot more than you think. If you enjoyed this deep dive into rare coins and hidden treasures, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another episode. Let me know in the comments, have you ever found a rare coin in your change? Have you checked your 2007 pennies yet? Thanks for watching, and happy hunting!